Hello everyone, welcome back to another episode of Grow with Anshuman. And today we have Tanu with us. Hey Tanu, how are you doing today?
I am doing great, Anshuman. Thanks for inviting me. How are you? How's your day shaping up?
Cool, I'm doing pretty insane. However, not on this weekends because usually after working for 5 days, we are just, full with all
Yes.
those stuff. But yeah, now I'm trying to make it more productive and I'm looking forward for having an amazing talk with you.
Yes,
So
same
before we
here.
begin, Tanu would like to just have a quick introduction about yourself. How do you define yourself? Maybe you can just tell about your educational background. When did you start your YouTube journey? Yeah.
So, as you know, my name is Tanu,
Mm-hmm.
and I am MBA Marketing and
Got
MA
it.
Economics. I hold two master's degree. I was into teaching. I'm a full-time teacher. I was a full-time teacher. I used to work for schools.
Mm-hmm.
Now, recently, I left my job and I started training people. So it's been 1 year that I am working in this communication field. I train people, I train kids, homemakers, working professionals, and at the same time I am also working on my skills. I read a lot and I try to watch podcasts, and this is like learning English is also a part of my personal journey, I would say.
Interesting. So you're now sort of being full-time trainer, if I'm not wrong,
Yes,
right? Perfect.
yes,
So tell
yes.
me two or three common mistakes. I think you would be the right person to ask this question. You might be training a lot of people, maybe homemaker. You have catered a long or diverse audience from kids to homemakers. What are one or two common mistakes you find
Yes.
in all of them?
Um, yeah. So first and foremost, everybody is like, when will we learn this language? How much time will it take? Everybody is like goal oriented, which
Mm-hmm.
is good, I would say,
Mm-hmm.
but they are always time bound. Like, how much time will it take? Will it take us 2 months? Will
Mm-hmm.
it take us 3 months? Within 21 days, will we be fluent? This is one common thing that I find in every learner. And other thing is that where to start, how to start. I don't have anybody to speak to, how to start. These are the two things which is like common in 90% of the learners. That's it.
Hmm. Interesting. Yeah, this is even very genuine problem people often say before even starting, like giving excuse.
Yeah.
So how do you correct them? Like, what if somebody comes to you and says, "Hey, Tanu, ma'am, I just wanted to learn this English." What are one or two steps do you follow before even beginning?
So I don't jump into, okay, join my class and we will start. I give them ample amount of time. You
Hmm.
join one demo class, you see, you tell me what are your requirements. I have certain way to teach. You might not align with that. You will have certain other things. Like for example, you are a working professional. You need something else. I can't teach you
Correct.
grammar and you will not be happy with that. So
True.
I ask them, what is your requirement? See, I am not in a, I'm not doing it in a very big scale. So I give individual attention right now. Yeah. So I ask them, what are your requirements? And I tell them, this is my way, right? And we can find a middle ground, and that way we start.
Got it. So it's more about just understanding the problem first and then giving the solution. I think this is one of the best method we can offer. And you mentioned something which really caught my attention. Having said that, you are a being trainer, you're also upgrading your upskill. I mean, you're just maybe learning new and new things. So if you'll have to highlight two or three learning skills currently you're focusing on, so
Yes.
you'd be also having an understanding where you are just heading towards.
Yes.
Yeah.
So first and foremost, I try to, read
Okay.
something which is like, it's not always need to be focusing on English only, but then reading something which will increase my horizon as a person, which can make me better. So first
Hmm.
thing is that I try to, sometimes motivational books, sometimes self-help books I'm reading
Hmm.
every day when I feel low. It is like human nature, right? We feel low sometimes.
Correct.
So I like go back to my books and I read something. First thing is that. Second thing, I am very intrigued nowadays to all those podcasts where native speakers, they talk on a variety of topics. Now football is going on, though I'm not a vivid follower or I don't watch it, but
Okay.
I like try to see what's going on in the world. So yeah, I try to keep myself updated actually.
Hmm. Got it. So like just learning the things maybe from books, maybe from podcasts, from the perspective of knowing other aspect of life too. That's what it meant for, not only for the sake of English. And I believe
Yes.
this is one of the best thing we could ever do for ourselves because nobody knows that how and when the dot
Yes.
would be connected. Maybe later words you would go to another field where you can connect, oh my God, I have done this earlier and now I'm getting benefit of that. So have this
Yes.
thing ever been happened in your life when you are doing something for now? You are not knowing that what is the importance, or you're not knowing that how would I get benefited from this. But maybe after
Yes.
2, 3 years, you felt, oh my God, this is what really I got a lot of things from there.
Uh, I think a lot of things, lot of things. It's not like I like to read books. Earlier also I used to read. It was never like that, okay, I will teach sometime or I will train people sometime, then I will use it. So I think what is my reading habit, which I had, now I am able to use it. Sometimes I give them examples. Sometimes I use quotes. Maybe that is one way. But yeah, bigger picture, maybe it's yet to come.
Oh, is
But
it? You
yes.
are super optimistic that way. Okay,
Yes,
okay.
yes, I am.
That's it.
I am.
And tell me, I really literally wanted to understand one thing. You mentioned that you have two master's degree,
Yes.
master's in bachelor's administration and MA economics.
Yes, I'm economics. Yes.
Okay, so both are pretty coming from different background. Economics, marketing, I believe,
Yes.
maybe not contradictory, but altogether different trains, maybe different
Hmm.
tracks. So tell me your
Correct.
learnings from both of those master's
Correct.
degree and how you're getting applied in these days. Are you getting any
Hmm.
benefit out of there? Maybe in communication, maybe projecting yourself better in terms of public as well.
Of course, I think whatever you learn, I have this very firm belief that
Mm-hmm.
whatever you learn, it helps you eventually. It's never a waste. Whether you have done your master's, bachelor's, whatever you have studied, it will help you. So, coming back to what you asked, I think economics was mostly because it was my subject. I did my undergrad in that and then master's. So, it was more into what do you say, theory, and more into when I used to teach in schools. And
Okay.
then I was like very intrigued with people, they sell their product so well.
Mm-hmm.
And first and foremost, I was working on my communication, and I would see people literally, they could convince anybody. You go to any marketing person
Correct, correct.
who is doing well, and he or she will sell you anything. So I was very intrigued with that. So I decided, okay, let me see what is there. Let me study this. So I studied that. So yeah, and it is helping me. I think nothing is waste once you start something. I think it helps eventually.
Got it. I would like to ask two questions, just connecting with this. First, from economics. So, did this economics degree give you some specific knowledge towards this finance management? Maybe you sort of get betterment of how to deal with your own money, or maybe how to get more, earn more, invest more, and then eventually grow it more. Number one.
Lot of things, lot of things. I would say, you get product knowledge. You know when which thing will give you enough. What thing is beneficial for you? What is the opportunity cost of something? Now, right now, I have left my job and I am doing this. Like I'm training people, so I always calculate in my head that
Oh
okay,
yeah.
what is the opportunity cost, right? What am I missing? Am I missing something? So yeah, these things come when you know such certain concept. I'm not saying that you have not studied economics, then you will not know it.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, it has given me an edge. I think I have become more into things like I can understand things better, I would say.
Got it. So you mentioned one terms, what was it? Opportunity cost. If you'll have to explain it in simple terms, maybe the guy or the person who is not coming from finance background or the economics background have to understand. How would you do that? I believe you can do
Yeah,
this because you're a teacher and trainer too. Take the
sure,
leverage of
sure.
that. Yeah.
So I will take my example. Okay, I
Mm-hmm.
was working full time somewhere, and I used to
Okay.
get some salary out of it,
Mm-hmm.
right? And right now, I left my job. When you are not working for somebody and you're working for yourself, you have a lot of things. Sometimes the paycheck is not always on time, right?
Yep.
You have
Yep.
to wait, and it's so what I'm missing out. I'm missing that salary, right? I am sacrificing that amount which I used to get every first of the month. So
Mm-hmm.
that is my opportunity cost that I have missed while I am trying to build something.
Interesting. So how and when someone can take this risk, at which opportunity cost? Like for your case, let's suppose maybe you do have some financial securement, maybe for you do have runway for maybe 12 months. Then you can take this leverage and the opportunity cost is like really high. If you could be a big mentor of this communication coach, maybe you could be a very big YouTuber as you're progressing very fast these days. So how someone can actually calculate this risk of opportunity cost and put it together to take an calculative advancement so that they can upgrow in their career ladder as well.
Yes, I think if you are somebody, see, it depends on person to person. If
Mm-hmm.
you are somebody who's a risk taker and you believe in yourself that no, if I leave a certain amount job right now
Mm-hmm.
and within 2 years I can do much better, I believe in myself, then I think anybody should start. I think taking risk is it's okay if it doesn't work out, we can go back to we have our degrees, we can go back anytime. But at this young stage, I think what age you are in, anybody like you should try at least once so that you don't regret later in life that, okay, I would have done that or I should have tried. I think that regret is not good.
Yeah, you correctly reminded me one statement from I don't know the who stated it, but he said that once we are talking or thinking about this opportunity cost, we should always think about reducing your regrets. So you also mentioned that if maybe down the line after 10 years, I would be regretting what if I could have taken this decision. So you should right away take that decision and jump towards that because
Yes.
we do have degree skill set. We can go back to the college and other stuff. All right. So my second question would be from MBA where you learned maybe a little bit of sales and marketing, understanding people that how eventually someone can sell anything out of nowhere. Even once I walked into any kind of a store, you might have encountered this. I was pretty intrigued about, I don't buy this product, maybe I don't need this. But after coming, I was having a couple of things from there itself. So the
Yes.
question would be how someone can develop this quality, not in just for selling, in general communication, because we do have to converse with a lot of people. We'll have to negotiate in our personal, professional life. Sometimes we're talking to the friends. They are just,
Yes.
just pushing ourselves to convince, or we'll have to convince somebody to just go somewhere. How someone can be better at their convincing skills, and how
Yes.
the MBA degree or maybe other degree can help them to do so.
I think, yeah, very good question it is. I would say that first is flexibility. Don't be adamant, right? No, you have to do it. You have to come with me. You have to do it. No, don't be so adamant. Be
Mm-hmm.
flexible enough. Sometimes flexibility helps. And know that person. Like for example, when you go somewhere, you might have seen salesperson, they touch your nerve, which they know that, okay, this person might
Sure.
be, yeah, moved with this. Yeah, I think so. First thing is flexibility. If the person you're talking to is not agreeing to buy a pen, try to sell something else, right? If you have a variety of things.
Yeah. Yeah.
And the second thing is that have some personal touch. If it is for somebody if you know your, like for me, for example, I know my students, I know that what are they weak at or what can I offer them as a mentor. So yes, I think these two things helps.
Interesting. So the obsession sometimes kills the sales, as you mentioned it pretty well, that if you're obsessed, no, you'll have to buy, they will,
Yeah.
even though you are being pretty genuine, they will sense it that this guy is just pushing me self. Maybe he or she has some privilege out of that. Maybe he or she gets something out of that. So yes, having flexibility. And the second you mentioned was knowing or understanding your customer is better. And it also applies into general conversation. I would like to just double click on to that point. While we talk on any individuals, it could be our friends, maybe it could be any of the random strangers. If we are just interacting, I have often find people trying to be interesting in front of them. They tell a lot about them that, hey, I did this, blah, blah, blah. And later they felt that why this person is not taking interest. Actually, I felt this is missing there that rather they are being interesting if they should be interested, asking more questions so that they can understand themselves better will give this edge to them. Am I going it correct? Just putting it correct?
Yes, yes, of course, of course. But Anshuman, I want to ask you something.
Mm-hmm.
Like, as you said that you are working, you are a full-time professional. So you meet a lot of people. I know in day-to-day life, in office, you meet a lot of people. So if
Mm-hmm.
I give you an option that who are you more inclined towards or whom do you want to listen more? Somebody who has a lot of knowledge, subject matter experts, a person who has a lot of knowledge, or somebody who is very confident. Whatever he or she is saying might not be exactly like what you are looking for, but very confident. So, what do you go for?
Okay. So, considering my own self, I'm a very good listener. I have developed this thing over the period of time. And to
Mm.
be honest, I have got a lot of benefited to just being listening, because if I just speak something, I'm just delivering the things what I know. But if I listen
Yeah.
something, doesn't matter he or she is taking saying it correct or not, I somehow got other than perspective. So I would like to listen both of them. Now, in terms
Mhm.
of knowing whom internally I would like to be inclined enough to listen more,
Mhm.
I would be giving the subjective answer, like Jasankar wala option. The first, if subjectively I have to put myself, then obviously I would like to listen the person who has more subject matter
Mhm.
expertise. Because if I'm
Okay.
listening to somebody, I should get some concrete knowledge, which eventually I can indulge, or maybe I can use it somewhere else as well. And
Yes.
second, putting the general Anshuman there, not inclined to any subject matter expertise. We are more tends to listen those people who are confident about themselves. Doesn't matter he or she, because some of the time even I might not be also knowing the answers, but I try to project myself by certain using not tips and tricks, but the real essence of communication, maybe by body language, eye gesture, posture, and trying to give us, exact answer, right? So that would, in that case, I would rather go with this confident person. Yeah. But
Yes.
in general scenario, I would like to listen both of them, because that's where the knowledge comes from. Yeah.
Yeah, true, true. But having said that, who do you think is more benefited in today's era where you give a lot of interviews, you meet a lot of people, you interact with stakeholders? Who do you think benefits more
Like
in
in,
long run?
you are
Yeah, in
asking about the
office setup.
speakers, or like in terms of
Yes,
listeners.
speakers, speakers,
Yeah. Yeah.
speakers.
Got it. So I believe both are having the pros and cons. If someone
Mhm.
is being very direct at the point or giving more subject matter expertise, if he or she can include this
Hmm.
confident
Yes,
wala part in them, boss, he's like
true.
unable. He would be just,
Yeah.
he can conquer the world. That's what I believe in. Because there
Yes,
is
yes.
so less people who actually have the subject matter expertise. They're very good at
Hmm.
communication. They can put all those things in a very good story, so that they are not only being a good speaker, there tends to be a
Hmm.
memorable speaker. And that's what people look for, right? Because
True,
I
true.
have heard this quote that it's not all about what you say, it's what
Hmm.
people would remember. So if you can
True,
make other people remember, or maybe you can just change a little bit about in them, you're already succeeded in your communication. That's what I believe.
true. Yes. Why I ask this? Because a lot of people always say that I know everything, but the problem comes when I start speaking. I don't have that confidence. I think you know everything is good. It's a very good point. You know everything, that's great. I think confidence builds up when you, and also like when you know something very well, you will eventually become confident. Right?
True, true, true. Yes, you highlighted it pretty well that sometimes even this is one of the often asked question that Anshuman, tell me, how do I build confidence? So
Hmm,
there are
hmm,
two
hmm,
ways to just project it. I mean, want to know your perspective as well. There is two question involved. The first, the general confidence, what we talk about. It's not about any subject matter expertise. It's not about even a spoken English. So there are some person who are generally good at whatever they do, whatever they tend to speak, they are sort of having this confident personality in them. So how someone can develop that personality, if you'll have to just answer this one.
hmm. Okay. So I think, like you said, some people are always very good. They, whatever they do, they are excellent in it. But we don't know the backstory. Might be they have also worked very hard to reach
Yeah, of
that level, and
course.
everybody has to work their ways, right? So I think, how do we develop that first and foremost a setup like interview setup? I would say that if somebody is interviewing you, if you do well, you will be in that company. If you don't do well, you will not meet that person again. So this thing has helped me actually. I think that okay, whatever I deliver, it's okay. If I get into it, it's good for me. If I don't, I will never meet that person again. And that gives me a boost of confidence that okay, it's okay, it's okay. Even if I make mistakes, it's okay. So I think this thought that even if I make mistakes, it is okay, gives you a different kind of confidence. I can say that.
Hmm. Got it. Got it. So just putting your best effort sometimes give you the best result. Having said that, you can reduce the fear.
Correct.
Yeah, and in
Yes, true.
interviews, very often we have encountered people, they are being, they disqualify themselves before even appearing to the interview. Have you ever thought or
Yes.
encountered this kind of people, coming to you and asking, I know I just try to appear in any interviews and they ask any question, and in my mind, if I'll say this, they will think this. So probably this is one of the root cause of the why people not able to project themselves more confidently, having said that they even know the answer. So how someone can deal
Correct.
with this?
Yeah, I think the first battle that you fight is in your head. You think that, okay, I'm not going to do it. You will not go. You will not do it,
True,
right?
true.
And also, this thing is very prevalent now on social media. I have seen a lot of people talking about is manifestation, right? Talking positive to yourself and thinking that, okay, you will achieve certain thing, whatever you want. So yeah, it helps, I think. Once you have that positive mindset, I don't know about manifestation, but yeah, when you have that positive mindset, it helps eventually. So do you believe in manifestation and stuff?
Yes, not only in manifestation, but manifestation with right action, I generally believe.
Yes.
Yeah, yeah. And it has already given me certain things because whether we are talking about this YouTube or in general, if I have to talk about my own personality, I somehow, somewhere I have thought this thing in my mind that I will be become like this. And
Mm.
today I'm just saying, oh my God, it has already been inculcated in me. Somewhere it is just being said that
Yes.
the the seed of this manifestation has been bought so many earlier. And obviously the you mentioned that action is what is being pretty necessary to have those things in place.
Yes.
Got it.
True.
Anyways, I'm liking the conversation since we have begun and covered all those aspects from interview, from life, from confidence.
Mhm.
Would like to know your own experience, Tanu, and before even summing up, because I believe in practical learning, because that's my own personal belief that if someone is just watching videos, reading books, they might get the knowledge, but if they're not implementing, knowledge without action is just a waste, right? So I would like to get you on a point wherein I would like to take your opinion to just give the learner watching this video should at least take one or two practical implementation right away from the video so that they can start implementing from today and can change their life too. Because if we are just talking, we are trying to
Mhm.
bring some insights for them, and if they're not using, it's just helping us to be better at our conversational practice, right? And I would like to be honest on that point. So if anybody's watching this video till the very end, suggest two or three practical implementation.
Yes.
Having said that, they are beginner or maybe they can be at intermediate stage, what they should begin right now after this video.
True. First thing is that you might be like if somebody is already in that mindset that I have to learn something, I am learning a skill, I am learning a language. So they are already doing certain things like watching video or reading books, which maximum like 90% of my students are doing it,
Okay?
being a beginner, being an intermediate level. But the most important thing, like you said, practical things. You have to speak to people. It's not that you go to chat gpt and you speak and you give your thought and it gives you correction. No, it has to be a two-way conversation. So talk to somebody. There are a lot of free apps, not free, I would say minimal charges are there, of course, but try. I think if you this is an investment, it's a
Correct.
lifelong investment. If you learn a skill, it will help you. So start developing that, having talking to people, having a two-way conversation. It can be an audio call, it's okay. At least start with something. So the first takeaway I would say is start talking to people. Generally, two-way conversation. Second thing is that if you are focusing on vocabulary or you are practicing idioms, try putting them in your conversation. It's not that you keep a notebook, you write it down, you keep the meaning and you learn it, but you are not using it. That makes no sense, right? So if you have a set of 10 vocabulary, I know everybody who is watching this will have a,
Correct.
set of vocabularies with them. Start using those vocabularies, even if maybe you have not used it at the perfect place or whatever you spoke was not perfect, but still we can give it a try, right? So whatever you have, start using those vocabulary. And third thing I would say is if you are somebody who just started, you can also do shadowing. Shadowing helps. Actually, it has helped a lot of people. So shadowing is a good practice. Yeah, these are
Amazing.
my major three tips.
Amazing. I believe the learner who have watched this video till the end, they have gotten a lot of good insights from you. Thanks to you for giving your time. And if they can implement, I believe that they can actually change their life by just being good at their communication. Because if someone being at their communication, I have seen people having good friends, good promotion in
Hmm.
their professional life, and having a very good social and emotional support from individuals. So if someone is seeking that, make sure to just use those given tips and practical insight from Tanu. So thank you, Tanu, for being here and sharing your thoughtful and insightful talk. I would love to have one more conversation ahead with the request on to any specific topic given by our audience. But I really enjoyed this conversation. Yeah,
Thank you. Thank you so much, Anshuman, for inviting me. And I think it was a very good conversation. We did not feel the time is up and we spoke so much. So thank you for this conversation.
same here. Okay, bye bye. Have a great day ahead.
Thank you. Bye bye. See you.